Hi everyone, hi beautiful souls, and welcome to Gamla Healing, the place where we are learning to align with the purpose of our soul. And today we're gonna discuss a very important astrological event that will take place on February 22nd. And this is the conjunction of Venus and Mars in the sign of Aquarius. So the feminine principle of Venus and the masculine principle of Mars are coming together in the sky, this time at the degree number 6 of Aquarius, that has the Sabian meaning in the following terms. A masked figure performs ritualistic acts in a mystery play. So to give you an idea of the topic that is activated, it is the fact that we are all wearing masks in all our relationships and all different types of masks. We have one personality, a global one, that is present more or less in all the interactions that we have socially. It's like the essence of our soul. But depending on the person with which we are interacting from one moment to the other, we are changing our mask. And so it's difficult in the end to identify what is our true essence. Who are we really? What is our real, authentic personality? And so with this reset of the relationships, or the way we approach our relationships with the conjunction of Venus and Mars, we are invited to always be aligned with this essence of ourselves, regardless of the mask that we are wearing, regardless of the person we are interacting with. Of course, our personality is multifaceted. We have multiple personalities in the end that are all related to our essence. But the difficulty is always to be true to ourselves in all our relationships. The invitation is really to let those masks fall, go to the ground. We have to get rid of them if they are not true to ourselves, to our true identity. This is the challenge that is brought with this conjunction and this new energy that is brought in our relationships with Venus and Mars at the 6th degree of Aquarius. And in Aquarius, we are always working with the topic of innovation, with forward thinking, with futuristic ideas. So we are really invited to bring new and fresh ideas, fresh energy, really weird and unusual ideas, and new ways of interacting within our relationships. This conjunction, this time of Venus and Mars, is not alone. It's also aligned with Pluto in Aquarius. And Venus and Pluto, when they are merging, when they are mixing their energies, it's bringing a lot of deep and strong emotions, strong feelings of attachment, strong claustrophobic desires where we really want to merge with others in our relationships. It's very intense, and it can bring also a lot of jealousy, for example, and in our love relationships, sex is a really very important matter for Venus and Pluto in conjunction. On top of it, Mars is also in conjunction with Pluto. And this mix of energy is very stubborn, it's very strong. There's a really hard energy that is very selfish and tries to always be right. It's starting really easily fights within our interaction, within our relationships. So it can be a very electric, very tic-tac booming energy that is brought in our relationships with Mars and Pluto together. This will be a challenge, and of course it's meant to be like this to trigger situations in which we will learn and we will evolve. It will challenge us in order to take lessons out of it. On top of it, this triple conjunction of Venus, Mars, and Pluto in Aquarius will be squaring Jupiter, that is standing in Taurus, in the sign of Taurus. And the combination of Venus and Jupiter in a square, for example, in this configuration, can really be demanding. It demands a lot of attention. It can be really claustrophobic, again, as I said before. And it asks for a lot of attention. In Taurus, a lot of touch, a lot of hug, a lot of closeness, of time spent together, a lot of understanding the body together, exploring the senses together. And Jupiter is all about spirituality also. So there's a coming together of our relationships, our understanding of the body through the spirituality. So, for example, in our sexuality, it can very much mean that we could bring some experiences, some experimentation in the direction of Tantra, for example. On the other hand, this square with Mars and Jupiter, as I said, can be very reckless, without boundaries in its anger and its desire to be right. So this energy of Mars can be even more amplified with the effect of Jupiter. It's a mean for expansion, a need for adventure, and it can also translate into cheating, for example. So we can see that with those frictions, the conjunction with Pluto, the square with Jupiter, there's a lot of challenges that are coming up within our relationships, but it's in order to make us grow and to make us deal mainly with anger and the way we react within our relationships when we are facing those kind of challenges and those issues. How do we react in the moment when we learn that we were cheated, or when our partners, our friends are expressing their anger, when they are full of rage, when they are lying, when they are jealous, when they are requiring a lot of attention that we can't even fulfill? How do we react in all those kind of situations? The cherry on the cake will be that the moon will be in opposition to this conjunction of Mars and Venus in Aquarius. The moon is all about our emotions, our emotional world. And Leo is the ego, the actualization of the self. Leo needs a lot of attention. It is the queen, the king, the artist on stage that wants all the attention, the applause, the approval, the recognition. So there will be this kind of energy that is very needy also emotionally with the moon. And it will be really changing. You know, the moon is waxing and waning. So the emotions within our relationships will be really unstable. It will go with all this atmosphere of Uranus and Aquarius that is going really fast and changing a lot. There will be a lot of changes on the emotional level. And the challenge will be to understand if we really want to spend time with those people, with our friends, family, or lovers, or others, just for the sake of having a good time, to enjoy these interactions, or is it just to satisfy my emotional needs, my neediness, and my need for applause and for presence? What would be the middle ground between all those needs and feelings that we will be feeling within our relationships? And with the moon in opposition with Mars, there's a high possibility to have a lot of conflicts actually. Mars will like to start those fights within the love relationships, within the home space. The moon represents this home and nurturing space. So there will be a lot of fire in those situations, in those environments that we have to be ready for. And with, on top of it, the opposition with Pluto, these will be really deep feelings and deep conflicts that we will have to face and to resolve, to solve, in order to grow and evolve, of course. I know that all this information that I've been providing until now sounds really challenging and very difficult. There will be a lot of friction, of course, but we have to remember that all this is coming to the surface in order to be healed and to help us as humans to move forward, to grow as human species, right? And we are really supported in this movement of healing at the moment because there's another configuration taking place in the sign of Aries this time, that is the conjunction of the north node of the moon with Chiron. The north node of the moon is the direction that we're all taking at the moment collectively as humans. It's where we want to go, where we want to grow, where we want to improve and evolve. And Chiron is all about healing the deep wounds of the soul, where it hurts within ourselves. So there's a huge collective healing energy that is present at the moment in the sky that is very supportive, and that will help us integrate all those difficult situations that we will be facing in our relationships. at this degree of Aries where the conjunction is taking place between the North Node and Chiron, the meaning is that we can feel sometimes very powerless in the outer world, in the society, within a group. And it's inviting us to actually retreat and to go within, to have and follow an introspection in order to understand that the power that we are looking for outside is actually within ourselves, that there is no other place where we can look for it. And it's by understanding where it hurts, where we have our traumas, where we have all our old stories of family and society that have been transmitted and shared with us through the collective, for example, that we will learn that all this pain that we might have within us, and mainly all this anger, all this rage that we have, this is Aries, this is the strong rage of Mars that is within, we will be able to bring it to the surface and express this, what hurts actually, in order to use it as a weapon, but not to be aggressive or to attack others, just to sublimate it and to use it creatively, to redirect this anger, this rage, this pain that we have within, and to transform it into creativity, to use it for the greater good and to put it at the service of the collective in order for us, once again, to grow as the human species and to evolve all together. Aries is really related to the incarnation because it comes just after the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the oneness, it's the universe, it's God, it's where we are all united, where we are all merging, right? It's this universal magma where there is no boundary and everything is connected. And Aries, after Pisces, comes with Mars as a sword to cut the umbilical cord that we have with this oneness. And we incarnate, we become an individual. And this is basically this wound that we are invited to heal with Chiron in conjunction with the North Node in Aries, to understand and to accept the fact that with this incarnation, by being here present in the material world, in the created world, we are living in duality. We can get as close as we can with others, to other individuals, but we will never be able to really merge as we were merging before being incarnated. This is this kind of wound that we are also trying to heal all together collectively, to understand that we are in duality. We are not one, and therefore the only way to connect with others is not to assert ourselves by being egoistic and by imposing our way of life, our way of thinking to others, but by building healthy bridges, right? There is this assertiveness of Mars that is necessary to stay strong on our positions in order to be fully ourselves and aligned with our soul. But we have, with the help of Venus on the other side, to be able to connect with others still, in order to build healthy and harmonious bridges between all individuals. So how can we find a beautiful middle ground? How can we be strong and have a willpower that allows us to individuate completely and express ourselves completely through Aquarius and Leo, while building healthy relationships, healthy bonds that are taking into account how the others are incarnated in this life? How can we find the middle ground and collectively heal in order to all together live in a harmonious way? This is the challenge that is brought together with the conjunction of Venus and Mars in Aquarius with Pluto that just entered Aquarius and triggered this new era, let's say, of Aquarius. And at the same time, this direction that we are taking all collectively with the North Node and Chiron in Aries. So how are we going to do this? Well, there's no one solution, right? Everyone will have to be present and to interact in our relationships, to accept that there will be difficult challenges, difficult situations where anger will come up, anxiety will come up, fear of not being accepted, a lot of emotions, a lot of jealousy, a lot of unexpected situations, and we will all have to accept and welcome those moments of challenge in order to grow all together. The work that each of us will put in our relationships will bring us all together forward. It will be a little piece, a little drop that all of us will put in the common and collective work in order to bring humans, the human species, forward into the other world that is offered at the moment with the new era of Aquarius that is coming. So yes, it's gonna be challenging. Once again, I know that the energy that I presented in this video sounds very difficult and not very nice at first, but it's really here to help us in the end and to help us grow. The more we will accept and face the challenges, the more our relationships will become healthy and harmonious because we'll come closer to who we are. We will stand on our positions while allowing the others to do the same. And we will little by little be able to come to an agreement, to a bridge where we are all satisfied within our relationships with our friends, lovers, family, groups, colleagues, whatever. And that's how little by little the new world is gonna take place. So that was it for today and for the conjunction of Venus and Mars in Aquarius. I really thank you if you stayed with me until the end of this video. I'm very thankful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to comment below. I will be very glad to answer and to interact with you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated with all the new videos that I will post in the future. And for now, I wish you good luck and a good integration of all those new energies that are coming up in your life. And see you next time. Bye bye.